Hello everyone, name's Vestra here, and today we're doing the top 10 Dragon Countdown. Number 10 is Charizard from Pokemon. Now, this is pretty much the one that I wanted to get out of the way because, one, he's just a repeat offender, and I'm just tired of everyone saying, oh, Charizard's the best Pokemon. No, he may have 2 Megas, but so does Mewtwo. And to be honest, I preferably like his Dragon one because it's been something I've been requesting for a long time from Pokemon to finally do and get it over with. And I do like it. While Y does have the speed, he's just, well, it's just Charizard that just looks derpy, in my opinion. But in all seriousness, I prefer traditional Charizard over going Mega. And plus, I rarely use the Megas. But enough of talk about this guy. He's just common news. Number 9, we are going to Kingdom Hearts with the giant Nobody Dragon, and that you have to fight in one of the many sequences against Ansem. And to be honest, I do love this boss. He comes in 3 varieties, if I recall. You have to fight him in shield form, winged form, and then you have his tower form. Personally, I do like the winged battle more than I do like the shielded battle. The shielded battle is rinse, lather, repeat, but you can say that to the other 2 phases. But I like the winged form better because it just shows that he is actually a dragon and possesses magic. Just being a giant mechanical dragon is just icing to the cake. Now for number 8, it is, well, the World Eater himself, Alduin from Skyrim. Now, being the final boss of this game, he's not actually set hard if you've preemptively trained all the way above 50 and beyond. And to be honest, even before that, I was still able to beat him while wearing, funny enough, full street armor. I went heavy for this guy. Then I decided to play a new file and went glass and pretty much killed him, bowing. It's not really that hard to beat him when you learn the shout that just cripples him, and he's not that powerful. For being known as the dragon that'll end all of time, he's not that powerful, which is why he's on this spotted all the way at number 8. But he does look cool. And note, it's not a dragon, it is a wyvern. There is a huge difference, and I'm tired of the debate. Number 7 goes to the Satellite Dragon from Mega Man. The Satellite Dragon was one of my pinnacle favorite models to choose for 2 reasons. 1, I did like the model form, and 2, I just like green and grass, so call me pacifist if you want to. But the dragon is by far one of my favorite battle chips to even use, and was one of my favorite forms to use for a number of reasons. Also, it was the best one and ideal one to go against the Gemini twins when the time came. And the GX chip to use, I'll just say this, a little overpowered like the Pegasus. Just so much damage. Number 6 goes to the Spectrobe Ultimate Form from Spectrobe Origins. Now, this dragon is the last Ultimate Form in the game's franchise, and is by far the pinnacle one of the strongest. Although he only does one thing and you can't really use him. He's an in-game story only use. So his power is only limited to what he can do in the story. And what he can do in the story is pretty damn cool. He was able to take down the Crawlosphere here with 1 shot, but he was only able to do that if you got him into the core. And, well, as I stated in the top 10 final boss countdown, that was kind of a bit of a challenge. But when you got to it, it was a really satisfying ending to a really satisfying game. Number 5, call me nostalgic if you want to, but I freaking love Spyro. I was about to say Hedgehog for some reason, I don't know why. But Spyro the Dragon, from my childhood, was by far one of my favorite dragons to remember and always play as. I didn't get all the games because I didn't have all the consoles at the time. Even though it came out for such a few set of consoles, I just didn't get all the games, so I wasn't able to keep with all the stories. But from other games I had, I just loved all the forms and transitions that he took. He went from being a child dragon to an adult dragon, again, saving pretty much everyone's ass a number of times. And by everyone, I meant every dragon that exists is in his world. And he did this when he was a kid, to teen, to pretty much a young adult, and then just rinse all the repeat in his last game. Number 4 goes to, well, if you're a Final Fantasy fan, you should know this guy. It's the Bahamut. Now, the Bahamut's power is always overpowered. Pretty much nearly every dragon in this game is overpowered. The Bahamut is one of the strongest entities you'll find in the game. It depends on what version you get, though. As for Final Fantasy XIII, just gets you him as a spawn, and you can use from Thang. But if you're talking about other Final Fantasy games where you had to fight him, these fights can be kind of brutal, especially when you're trying to get them for summons. And when you get the summons, oh, is it satisfying to use the attacks. Mega Flare, just overpowered. Number 3 goes to the Viridian Frostback. Now, I may not have gone through all of Dragon Age's origins to bring up the rest of the Dragon roster, but to be honest, when I got to the first dragon, I just knew I was in for a really good time with this game. Seeing the first dragon of this game and beating it after it killed me roughly 5 times when I finally got to him, or her, I'd say it's a her, just because of the babies it spawns. It was a really satisfying fight. It didn't really have any cheap moments, it just really used its battle system as it was. So I like the Viridian Frostback and the game Dragon Age Inquisition. Number 2 on this list is from another game that I like. It is the Monster Hunter franchise, and number 2 belongs to Crucella de Laura, the Dragon of the Wind. Also known as the Steel Cold Dictator, this dragon literally commands one of the devastating forces of nature, wind itself. But the funny part is, Crucella de Laura is actually nearly made out of entirely all steel, except for its tongue. Most of the rest of it is squishy on the inside, but even then, Crucella de Laura is by far a beast, especially when you fight him in rusted form. It's just mayhem all over. And not only commanding wind, but Crucella de Laura can even sometimes call upon rain in making hazards even worse. So he could go into rusted as a command, but it doesn't happen in-game. I'm just saying that one because it's my theory. Now, number 1 goes to the most powerfulest dragon I know, and that is Grigori from Dragon's Dogma. Now, the reason why I call him the most pinnacly powerfulest is because this dragon is pinnacly saying you, in a sense. You're bound and connected to this dragon, and this dragon's magic is beyond any other's belief. Not only is his towering size menacing, but if you think that was menacing, this guy is absolutely calculative. He will dictate anything that you would try to predict, and he will fight you back with whatever force he can. Summoning up meteors, summoning giant pillars of ice, and if you do kill him, he just winds up going undead to becoming the creature known as the Dragon, which is him in his limitless power form. By the way, never fight him online. It's just grinding. Anyway, I have to thank you all for coming, and here's a random Deathwing as an honorable mention.